Hey guys, it is Dirty Fang here, one of the founding members of the Garden Boys, or the main one, whatever you want to say. This is my Last of Us 2 review. Um, Basically, first off, the game was fabulous in my opinion. I give it at least a 7.5 or 8. You know what? I'm gonna go with 8 out of 10. You know, the gameplay was 10 out of 10, and the story I'd say was at least a good 6. A good 6. Because it wasn't really about what was good or bad about the story. It was more of, is this going to please the fans, or is this going to make them extremely mad? Because most of the story, it was fine. I mean, maybe we didn't want a revenge story for the whole entire game. A revenge story from both sides, actually, when you think about it. Maybe they wanted them to go in deep with the Fireflies and see if Ellie was going to figure out, which she already knew prior to the game's events. She already knew. Joel had already told her, because she had went to go find the answers herself, and she basically found out that Joel was lying to her about something that had to do with that day, and he told her. I'd say probably from what I'm hearing, what people mostly are mad about is the way Joel died. And I have to say, anybody with a brain could have figured out that Joel was going to die in this game. Anybody could have figured that out. Off the easy, could have figured that out. Maybe not the way he died. See, me, I was leaked. It was leaked. Out of all the leaks that I heard, the stuff about Joel and how he died, or who he was killed by, and the fact that we played as Ellie only about half the game, and then we played Abby for the rest of the game, basically, except at the end we played the resort and the slice of life stuff with JJ and Dina at the farm. Those are only definitive leaks, because I remember I heard before that Ellie was supposed to kill Abby at the end, and Abby's friends are supposed to go after Ellie, and that was the end of the game, or vice versa, and that definitely didn't happen, because Ellie ended up letting her go, just like Abby let her go earlier. Going back to how people felt about the game, they probably thought, Ellie was either justified or not justified in hating the fact that Joel took that away from her, took that chance to be the cure, have a hand in being the cure for humanity, the Fireflies. And really, when you go back on it, Joel was really the only person that was like, they have a problem, we have a problem, I have a problem with this, she doesn't need to die. Yes, you have Marlene, who told Ellie's mother, I'm going to protect her, and then this ends up happening. Then you got Abby saying that to her father that she should probably do it, that he should do it, regardless, because it's like, it's for humanity. You can't sacrifice the world for one person. But at the same time, had the cure came out, there's no telling how that would have gone, because you got the Seraphites out here, you got the wolves out here. Yes, they will probably want peace at the end of the day, but the cure could easily be destroyed, and then we're sitting here still with the same stuff. And even if Joel didn't kill the Fireflies, it still would have been over with anyway. Because anybody could have ran up in there, killed the Fireflies, and it would have really been over. It would have been over. And that's another thing that I just thought about. The difficulty. Even though I have it on moderate on the first Last of Us was hard enough. Yes, I have died a lot in The Last of Us 2. I show it sometimes, and trust me, even though you see me dying only probably like twice at the most, and then I somehow like win that part of the game, that area, and go on to the next cutscene or whatever, or the next area I'm supposed to go to. Trust me, a lot of times I died plenty of times. Sometimes I sat there and I died almost 10, maybe a little bit more than that. Not really too much, because trust me, I would remember. But say like the Rat King, I died at least 10 times, I think. When I was on the Seraphites Island and Yara just got killed, that part right after that, when I was walking through that little convenience store and killing all the wolves, I died on that part a couple times, Even in the beginning, literally, I think my second video, when I was on patrol with Dina, I died with the clickers at least 3 times before I got through it. But comparing the first Last of Us to second Last of Us with difficulty, first Last of Us has it on pat, because first Last of Us literally made me change difficulty in the last game, in the last chapter, because first you got in the tunnels, you got the last fight with the infected. That, if I remember correctly, was hard, and I probably died a couple times, because back then I was streaming. I didn't have the ability that I have now with editing to edit out the parts where I died, So I just kept, you seen everything basically back then. I mean, shoot, you could probably watch through all my Last of Us videos, the first one, and see me die millions of times. I remember when I first started playing as Ellie, and I was with that guy, I don't remember what his name was, the Cannibals, and I died on the part where the clicker kept coming in the window, and I kept dying on that part. But yeah, back to the Fireflies. When I was killing the Fireflies as Joel, I died so many times the game literally made me switch difficulty. But Last of Us 2, on the other hand, the last fight that I had with the infected wasn't even that hard. It wasn't. It wasn't hard at all. It wasn't hard. And then you get to the resort and you're killing these rattlers, and it's like they're stupid or something. I was in my head, I was like, should I really change the difficulty up a little bit just to see if it gets a little bit harder? But I said I'd probably do that another playthrough. I'll probably do that another playthrough, because doing it right now wouldn't make sense, because I'm trying to get this game over with. I might actually do that in my New Game Plus, maybe even just me just playing with the save wizard, since I have all the upgrades and stuff, which I will get on that video soon. At this point, I haven't even uploaded my last 2 videos yet. I think the last video I uploaded right now is a sniper video, and I still gotta upload the Seraphites Island video, and then I gotta upload the video after that, and then there's the finale. So yeah, basically Last of Us was pretty good. Maybe even, and thinking about it, the game might even get Game of the Year, because based on what's really coming out and what's being talked about, Cyberpunk, even though I am planning on playing it on my channel, I don't think the hype is dying down for that game. If anything, Ghost of Tsushima probably gets Game of the Year. What's another game coming out? Watch Dogs Legion. I don't think that's coming out this year anymore, but if it was, I don't think that would be getting Game of the Year either, because that's not being talked about too much. But let me not get into that. We're still talking about The Last of Us. I think I just about said everything I needed to say about the game. But, they really try to make you feel for both sides of the spectrum, because you got Ellie here. She's just chilling, on patrol with Dina, and then all of a sudden, Joel's dead. And he died in one of the worst ways he could have died. So she has to hunt down all these weird ass people that came out of nowhere. And then afterwards, she learns that those people were ex-Fireflies, or at least most of them were. You know. But then when you go to Abby, it's like Joel killed her dad. You know, yes, Joel took Ellie and he killed a lot of Fireflies in order to get out that building, but it was really the death of her dad that made her angry. You know, to the point where I I'm theorizing about this, but I'm pretty sure she worked out that hard and got that strong just so she can beat up Joel, because she knew, because comparing the Abby we play with and young Abby, two totally different body builds, two different, you know. And you also got the story with the Seraphites and, or scars, quote unquote, where you have Yar and Lev. Lev being transgender in a non-physical sense, as in not having her transition. His transition. Let me not do that. I'll probably get somebody mad. I was spoiled on certain things throughout the story. Like I said, I was spoiled with Joel's death and who he was killed by, what he was killed with. Not to mention, I was spoiled on the fact that we were going to be playing against Abby, because I remember watching all the trailers, and one of the trailers had the first meeting with Lev and Yar when Abby got captured by the Seraphites. She was basically there, and I'm like, who the hell is this? Because they didn't show Ellie the entire trailer, so I'm like, okay, who's this person? And I remember hearing leaks that we play as Abby, and I'm sitting here thinking in my head, like, who was Abby? I thought she was Dina. I thought we'd be playing as Dina, because I thought Dina's name was Abby when they started talking about something named Abby. But then I looked up an image, and I see Abby, and I'm like, oh, okay, I put two and two together. Same girl from the thing. You know, and I thought it would be weird to play as the person that killed Joel in the beginning of the game, but like I said, Naughty Dog wants you to see from their perspective, and you actually do get to care a little bit about certain people on Abby's side, a little bit, you know. I mean, even though I didn't care that much, you can't tell me nobody was shocked when they seen Manny die, when they seen Owen die, the male with her pregnant belly and stuff like that, you know. That's all gone, you know. And then you see from Abby's perspective the days leading up to that deaths, leading up to all those deaths and all the repercussions of what Ellie and her side are doing, you know. It's just a whole bunch that Naughty Dog was put into this game to make you feel certain ways, you know, make you try to see if you could care about these people. Do you care about these people? Or whose side are you really on? Because truthfully, when Ellie had Abby in that chokehold under the water, I thought that was it for a second, you know, because I thought she was actually going to kill her. And then they showed the flashback, and I was like, okay, she's going to stop. And I wanted her to stop, because truthfully, had I seen the person that I've wanted to kill for so long and they look that weak, I wouldn't want to kill him anymore. But, you know, she actually got up and said, okay, we need to fight now. And I respected her for that. I mean, when Tommy came in and was spouting all that nonsense, at first I was kind of like, okay, that's kind of wild what you're saying right now. But then again, Ellie was the one who wanted to go first, and she was the one to convince Tommy to go to Seattle in the first place, and that's why he ran off. Because at first Tommy wasn't even going to go, but I remember Ellie walked in and was like, no, we got to go kill them. And he did. But then again, at what cost? Because, trust me, I think there was at least 3 times I thought Tommy was going to die. At least 3 times I thought Tommy was going to die. The first time was when Joel got killed. The second time was when he ran away. I was like, okay, he's probably going to die at some point. And then Abby shot him on the side of his head. I guess he got grazed in his cheek or something. I thought he got shot in the head and he was dead, but he wasn't. And Jesse dead. You know, when Jesse died, I felt really sad. I didn't cry, obviously, because I'm not that emotional, but I was sitting there like, they really killed Jesse like that. But, you know, overall, Naughty Dog made a good game. It was a nice sequel, you know. Things were addressed, you know. The only thing that I could understand was the whole part about the Firefly still being there, because at first, when I was playing the game, I thought the Rattlers were the ones that was on the radio, but then when you think about what they were saying go to Catalina Island. And there's a big dome building. Yes, the Rattlers building was a nice circle building, but it wasn't exactly a dome. It was similar, but it was not the same, because Catalina Island is not in Santa Barbara. It's all the way out in the Pacific Ocean, if I'm not mistaken. I think Pacific Ocean is on, if I'm not mistaken, it's on the West Coast, not the East Coast. I may be wrong, extremely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But yeah, Catalina Island was closer, I'd say, underneath California. It wasn't in California like the Rattlers circle building was. So I'm pretty sure that's where Abby and Lev were going when they left Ellie. I'm pretty sure Ellie's going to go back to Jackson and try to see if she can get back with Dina and Tommy and stuff like that, because they kind of left on bad terms, all of them. Do I hope that they make a new Last of Us? Yeah. I mean, definitely I need that multiplayer, because with my skills that I have now, with editing, those Last of Us videos would be amazing. Shoot, if I can get my friends on it, we can play the first Last of Us multiplayer. Make some videos on that. I might see if we all can do that, like the old days. Truthfully. But, I feel like they should make a part 3. But if they don't, I wouldn't be mad, because it is a good way to end the story. You know, with Ellie and Abby. Because Abby's going off to see the Fireflies, and Ellie's going back to Jackson where she needs to stay at. You know. And that wraps it up for my Last of Us 2 review. If I haven't already, I'm probably going to upload the Save Wizard video after this one. Maybe a day or two after. Depends on how much I record and how much I need to edit. And then I'll be doing the Funny Ones videos, just like I said, and those will be coming within the next week afterwards. And then after that, like I said, I need to find a new game to play, because our Funny Moments videos are not that easy to make. Hopefully, Tavon and Jarrell, they lock in on making their 2K videos, because they also play 2K. They play NBA 2K20, and I'm pretty sure when 21 comes out, they're all getting that as well. I won't be getting that because 2K was never really my strong suit. You know, it was never really my strong suit. And even at some points, the game kind of got boring to me, because I had to spend money to do this, do that, and I wasn't really sure on things. But, yeah, guys, I'll see you guys on the flip side in the next video. Peace.